Hey, morning, guys. Um, so my computer uh, power supply went down day before yesterday. It only lasted 2 months before I had to replace it again. So hopefully this power supply won't go down on me. Yeah, pretty much. On the Discord, Bear is commenting how everyone's watching VZ right now. And this is why, if you look at the daily, and as I usually do, I always look at the daily. I'm looking for areas of support and see how it's touching here, pass up this area. It's in between all of these. It's just at a good place. So even if you have a bad entry, it seems seemingly actually the 80s look better. Like at the 5880s area. Regardless of where you're at, it's a nice shape. See how it's parabolic on the volume and the candles on the 15-minute chart. Here's the 5-minute. Beautiful red candles going straight down. And right now it's over 40 cents away from my blue line, the 9 EMA. And on the 1 minute, it's just look at all these red candles. It's great. It's a nosedive. Um, Maybe somewhat of a falling knife. No, I'm not. Hi, David. Good morning, Lindsay. I'm thinking about going long. Um, because I'm always looking for a counter. So, what the fuck was that? Okay, hold on. I just saw a spike. Here we go. We're in the 80s now. So I'm gonna go on the Discord app and I'm gonna type in long BZ 58 period something, and I'm probably gonna yeah get ready soon. It's in the 80s. Okay. I'm I'm gonna wait until I pass 1 minute, a 1 minute candle, just because of the level 2. It's still looking like it wants to see if it breaks down the. Here's the volume right there. Okay. See how these see how it's really heavy on the ask. I want to see a breakdown of these numbers before I enter, just because I'm kind of weary of just have to be a little bit careful. Okay, see how it's bouncing back up and it keeps hitting the 83, 82s. So I want confirmation. Basically, I'm looking for a 1 minute trigger. Let's be patient. Okay, here we go. And Elisa is the pivot queen, and she's saying that's a good area. but I still need confirmation. I mean, it's just 58. David's saying 58.50 long. That sounds promising. Let's look again. The daily. What the? I'm getting these spikes in my chart. Let me see. Okay, let's see where we're at here. So it's passing this up. This is a nice candle. 58.80. Okay. Looks like I'm about to go long soon. Oops, sorry. Couldn't see that. 1 minute trigger. Still 1 minute trigger. Okay, I'm long. There we go. At 58. $84. Starting at half my shares. If it breaks over, sorry, I can't really talk right now because this thing's going so fast and I'm trying to focus here. I don't know why I'm unable to talk while I'm doing this. Anything over 58.92 I'll add. I need to be very careful here because it's printing pretty heavy on the ask right now. But you see, this is the area where you can't, you gotta try really hard not to get faked out. Because at this point, a lot of people are throwing in their hard stops, and market makers are playing games. So I just need to sit on it right now. We're a good, what, 40 cents away on the 9 EMA. Looks beautiful on 5s. Looks great on 15s. What is this back here? Alright. Let's double check. Went down to the 5840s over here. But it looks like it's about to go now. Yeah. Let's just see if it triggered on 5s yet. Okay, this will be a nice area where it's gonna may trigger on 5 for a bounce. I'm trading, hey Bruce, I'm trading VZ, Verizon. I'm going long. I'm long at 58.84. And it's about to go again. Getting ready to adding again. Okay. Added on VZ. Man, that's not good. That's not good at all. It just faked me out a little bit. So once it does this, then a lot of people are going to, a lot of the big guys are going to see this little support area, and some noobs, well, not noobs, but some people, traditionalists, classical traders would set a stop right below there. I would not suggest that. Hell, look how it triggered on fives and it faked you out, or faked me on my second entry. Ooh, careful. It's gonna dip. This one's a scary one, with all the action going on. I guess you can't see it on this side, but if you look at the time of sales, it's just rocking. So if it spikes down, I may take out half of my second ad. Just to be on the safe side. Half of my second entry will be like 1/4 of my total shares. Let's see. Okay. Sold half of my second share, so realized I'm down about $100. So I'm still okay. This one's tricky, guys. The only reason I'm doing that is because, and I apologize that I don't know how to put that in the Discord. It's just because of this day right here. This day is in the 5840s. So I'm kind of weary of that area here. See how it's kind of, this area right here, 5840s. And you know, it's not that far away. It's just right there. It's less than an inch away. Good morning, Jorge. So if I have to, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Let me go ahead and just so I know some of y'all telling you guys I'm not a morning person. Can't seem to talk and do any kind of multitasking right now. Okay, so just gonna wait for it. May want that 40s area, which would really suck. So, but it's okay because you never go heavy on a falling knife in the beginning. Unless you have like a really good signal. Here comes the 50s. There it is. Now it shook out a lot of people that had their hard stops. And it's just gonna keep going. Think it's gonna hit the 40s, guys? What's this low right here? Is 58 34. This one is 5842. There's the, we're in the 40s now, guys. So here comes a possible entry. There's some nice volume there. See that volume, guys? So 1 minute trigger again. Okay. I added. At 58. At 58, 58. This one was a double. And if it doesn't go, then it doesn't go. But this is pretty much it. I can't seem to fathom adding any more for many reasons. So look at the fives again. See how like the volume died off a little bit here on the fives? So have to be vigilant here. Remember the 5840 area, so I may want to touch that. Just gotta stick it out. Here's the 1 minute. I know all of y'all like to see the 1 minute. So right now my average, I guess right now is a good time to draw the line because I'm not going to add any more here. My average is 58 right here, which is a nice place because it needs to break over this area. 58.75. Once it breaks over this area, then I'm okay. But if it doesn't, then, you know, it'll make me sad. Basically right there, right in between the blue line. Hey Hugo, how much of a delay is there on your stream because your chart doesn't look like mine? There's on YouTube there's roughly 20 to 30 second delay. So that's why I tell everybody if you really want to know my entries, get on the, it should be in the description below. Get on the Discord app, and that's pretty much where I'll type it in, and I'll tell you I'm on stream, and I'll type it in, and everyone else is talking about the same thing. We're all basically counter trend traders, so it kind of works out. Doesn't cause that much of a clutter. And then we'll shout out anything possible trades. So this. I suggest anybody who's interested in this kind of method, just get on the Discord app. Go into the link in the description. It's free. We're not trying to charge you anything or make money off you. But that way you'll know my entry a little bit better than trying to follow me along on the stream. Yeah. Maybe somewhere along the lines I'll actually start streaming on the Discord because I've heard that there's much less of a lag. In fact, a lot of people use Discord as a trading stream, and they profit off that. Hey 946, your voice tones feels very calm. Thanks, man. Yeah, there's some big volume coming in right now, so it's It looks like some people are slamming on their brakes as it was accelerating downhill. They're starting to slam on their brakes a bit. And that's what I see. That's how I view the volume when it goes down. When it goes up, I'm thinking of a bird or a plane that comes up and then gets to an altitude to fall down. Kind of like my video about the peregrine falcon. But when it goes down, I'm thinking of a car that slams on their brakes and then. But we'll see. We'll see how much it bounces. And that right there is the actual signal. But we'll never know, you know. We'll never know until we see it. I mean, a lot of people may have thought it was this one. I did, and I thought it was this one again, and then now, here is the ultimate trigger. If that doesn't work, then you know that would just suck. But like I mentioned on the daily here, there was a 40 area. I think it was this candle, this daily candle, went down to 58.42. So now we're in the 36s. That's really scary. This candle right here went down to 58.34. So just gotta hold on to your pants and wait for that reversal. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when or how dirty it's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't go down to this thing right here, 57.65. What the can? Oh, that must be this one down here. No, I doubt it. Look how long this candle is. It's already a nice candle. So ideally, like one person asked about the counter trend strategy, how it creates a wick. Well, at the moment, it looks really good, and it's still really early in the day. So, in this ideology, my theory is it's going to come back up, create a wick, and if it really decides that it needs to create a really big candle, later on in the day, it'll go back down, maybe down to here. Can you imagine? It's actually, it could be a very pretty candle, and I shouldn't say that right now. But it could be a very pretty candle if it went down to the 58s and then bounced back up. But you know, that's gonna hurt pretty bad. Right now it is hurting. There's no doubt. But see the fives, how the volume is ramping up? It's starting to look really good. And yet, I already put my foot down. I stepped on my brakes on adding anything. Which sucks because look at how far I am now. Now let's just see how I am in comparison to my profit. I'm right at my profit area. So at the moment, if I don't add, I more or less may just break even, which would not be good. Well, breaking even isn't horrible. It could be worse, right? But look at the VWAP here. This will give me a little bit of hope because the VWAP, the greedy line, is 59.36, and I'm still in between those two. But that guys is the greedy line. Don't hardly ever reach for that one. Oh, the Discord link isn't in the description. Okay, let me find it for you. Oh yeah, it's under okay. What I meant to say is go to Jeremy Newby's trading chat room. Right here, and then you'll find a link that says join the chat room. There you go. Look back at the 15s. Look at that crazy move down like this on the 15s. Here are the 5s. Another crazy move down. Hasn't triggered on 5s. But when it does, that will be nice. So yeah, it looks like it's about to come back up now. I mean, generally I never say these kind of things because I don't want to jinx myself, but it looks like it's about to go. I'd be crazy not to add here. I tell myself I wouldn't. Who am I to break my rules? Just if it goes up a little bit more, then for confirmation. Oh, you're very welcome, Video Marketing Jacksonville. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this VWAP. I think it's cluttering the chart a bit. No, not really. Every time I do that, it makes me look stupid. I always think that the band in the VWAP is compressing the candles, but it never seems to move anything. So now it's creating a resistance up here in this area. It needs to break through. I think it will. I mean, when we look at the 1 minute, it doesn't look promising, but when you look at everything else, see right now it's like a doji on the 15 and this move down like this. So it is, for a counter trend trader, this is textbook. This parabolic move down and this parabolic amount of volume increase. So regardless of how close we see it, the closer we get, the more sideways it looks, right? That's why I need four that's why I need 4 monitors, because I need my chart. I need a huge chart for my I'm about to say small eyes. I'm about to go racist on myself. On my old eyes. And my eyes definitely aren't getting any bigger, that's for damn sure. So I need a big chart, and then I like to clutter things together so I can see a better shape. Hi Tammy. Thanks. So let's see if we can break over this area right here. You guys see that how it's creating this little resistance area? But you know, the great thing, well, the horrible thing is it is a resistance. But the great thing is once it breaks through, oftentimes it creates large candles that break through, right? The last thing we want is for it to go dip down and just stay down, which is pretty rare unless we didn't find the actual bottom. This looks like one of those dirty movers. Well, it already is, because we're waiting so long for an actual confirmation. So it did trigger on 5s here, and it meaning that it passed up this candle back here on a 5-minute chart, and it faked me out. Well, it didn't fake me out. I'm actually still in, and we're looking for another confirmation of another 5-minute. That's where other people will get in, and that's when things get interesting. So I don't know which chart you'd like to see, but 1 minute is probably real time with a 30-second delay. Is probably what you want to see. But personally, I rather look at a 5-minute channel, 5-minute chart when things are going extra slow. That way, I don't get spooked from any of the small moves. Okay, it looks like it created another trigger on fives. Let's go on the 5-minute here. See how it just went past the previous 5-minute candle here? This little wick. It pulled back. It's pulled back a little bit, but there is the extra trigger. I think that's what 946 mean by ding dong. Either that or you're making fun of my last name. uh, place 946 says he's gonna place his exit at 59. Okay, cool. That gives me hope. I'm pretty sure we already the more sideways things get, the closer the moving average gets, right? So if I look at my 5-minute, I'm probably, yeah, we're touching now. So if I actually hit my price target, I'll be breaking even. Actually, now it's lower. But of course, if I look at the VWAP, I'm still not bad. But I have to be careful, you know. I'm not even gonna say it. It may do what I don't want it to do. By the way, the band on this VWAP, so the purple line is the VWAP, but I have these bands on the outside, almost like Bollinger Bands. They're exponential by, they're not exponential, they're standard deviation of 2, basically. For all you math people. The 5-minute, this sideways action always just kills me. But you know, when you step away, what I mean, like when you look further back using a 5 minute chart, it looks really good, right? If you look at the 5 minute chart like this looks great. Um, it's just gonna go. But if you look at the 1 minute chart, you're like, you know, what the F? It's just going sideways. Or it could actually just, you know, dead cat. But on the fives, it looks promising. So, hope you don't mind, but I'm going to stick it on the fives. Because I have my fives on this chart, but I can't stop looking at this chart over here. Or the chart that you're looking at. There's quite some movement right now. These guys want to look at the time of sales as it rips back and forth. Okay, I just did something that I shouldn't have. I added a little bit. 50. It's just the right thing to do. I think what I did was more of a technical, more of something I needed to do technically than emotionally. Emotionally, I don't want to, but technically, just by the action and the shape of the 5 minute chart, I kind of have to. It's just. Just can't not do something that looks right. Lindsay says my chart's showing major resistance at 58.78. Okay. I think very close to your 58.78, Lindsay, is pretty much my 9 minute 9 EMA. So can't be greedy here. Alright. I have a really bad habit of walking away when things get good. But I need to pump my back real fast. Alright. So what I see here now is the volume staying low. See how the volume's nice and low? That kind of suggests that it's just going to continue its movement in the direction that it's going, which is up. Oh, I should change this. I just added a little bit, so this is not accurate anymore. I am at 70 now, right here. Okay, so I'm almost breaking even. Jeremy's already scaling out. I don't know. He must have a really good average. Yeah, he added. He must have added pretty heavy at near the bottom. Hey, morning, Rumpelstiltskin. It's an art, as you mentioned before. Yeah, I guess so. Well, you already know, if everybody can do it, then why not? Then everybody be convinced that, and this should be like a course in college, right? But they don't teach you how to make money. Even though I want it to go up higher and higher, I kind of don't want it to go too fast. Because when that happens, the volume rises and it won't be as clean. Ironically. Oh, hey Reza. Hi. Yep, this is my VWAP right here, the purple line, Reza. I'm guessing you're asking how do I use it? I use it as a possible target. That's not a bad target. Um, Looking at this area, this gray area is the pre-market, and it looks like it created a little trend line at 59, or a little resistance area. I'm not aiming for that. Hey, good morning, Turf. There is the area of resistance we're about to hit right here. Right here. Here's the 1 minute chart. See how it would possibly my average is roughly the resistance area. So I just need one pop up and then I'll be pretty green. Trump alert. I should have my Benzinga on right now.
MSFT.
think I just heard myself. That was a good 20-second delay. Lindsay asked if my first
PLD.
Sorry, I need to turn this down. My first entry was 58.84. Let me see. Yeah, my first entry was 58.84. Okay, I'm pretty much breaking even now. Yeah, that looks about right. I mean, I can see wherever the volume spikes were basically where my entries were. So right here, the highs was 58.84, lows was 58.73. I was right there, 58.84. So I got faked in a little early. But you know, the whole idea is you don't get in something unless you have compiling reasons, right? You have you have uh, you have multiple reasons. It's a multiplexed theory of why you would enter, not just one reason. So in this case, this is kind of, you know, I'm on the bottom quarter of, how am I trying to get at? I'm trying to say that regardless of my entry being poor, um, I think I executed it okay because I was able to know how many shares, using only half shares, getting out of my ad because it went down further, and then added in another area that showed to be the real trigger, which was basically right here, this volume spike right here, in which case it went down just a little bit more and then it came back up.
PLD.
So right here, it's going to test this area. It's going to hold on a little bit longer. Thanks, Jay. Jeremy Newby most likely is doing a lot better. His average, he's already selling. So he's already sold about.
REXN, Rexan Pharma, shares spiking to the high, $4.16. Romeo Echo X-ray November, REXN.
He already sold about 800 shares. But I think it's revving up now. If you look at the time of sales move, it's revving up for a possible breakthrough this resistance area now. Here we go. Now I'm in the green. Alright. So I'm typing into Discord, selling BZ 58 something. You know what? I'm just gonna put 59 something. Nah, it's most likely 58 something. Shouldn't cut myself short. You know, under the, David said you're cool as a cucumber. You know, the bad thing about this voice, or how I feel, is I'm never able to be that excited whenever I think about trying to teach how to trade. I feel like I'm going to be that teacher that's going to make everyone fall asleep. Of course, I don't talk this way when I used to be a teacher. I tried to be real animated. But in this case, I flip it around. The way I sound is not exactly what's going on up here. There's definitely small states of panic. But it's alright. What do some people say? Fake it to make it. David says soothing. Maybe I should do some ASMR videos. Like okay, there we go. There's the breakout. That's pretty. It's going a little bit fast. I want it to slow down because it's starting to go a little bit parabolic. I don't want it to lose steam. Jeremy's out.
DGLY, Digital Ally, can see increasing volume now. Shares ticking higher to $1.08 on DGLY.
So of course, when Jeremy sells his 50,000 shares, everything's gonna go down a little bit. He's gotta hold on. Oh, Jeremy's not out. Oh, right. I've only counted like 2,000 shares. So he has probably 48,000 shares left. Here it starts to go down a little bit. Jeremy is out. No wait, is Jeremy out or not?
GDDY, GoDaddy acquires Unired.
Not that it matters. I'm just curious.
Financial details not disclosed. That's GDDY.
Jeremy's not out. He's not.
GALT, Galactic Therapeutics, popping to the highs on volume.
So right now I need it to stay above this area. Like Elisa said, Jeremy's not out, right? Okay. Elisa says 58.63. So just need to hold on. Like around here. Okay. I'm trying my best not to make this into a little competition against Jeremy, but can't help it. We're always trying to see who can get out the latest. At least that's how I feel. I think a lot of us are doing that same thing. Who can hold on the longest? That silly game. Jay wants to see it hit that purple line. 59.21. Well, it's not impossible, that's for sure. Definitely could go up to here at least. Actually, it did, didn't it? Oof. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's never really, David, it's really never really about who can hold the longest, right? It's more about who got the better number. So looks like I may have missed that better number, but we'll see. What does the daily candle look like now? That's the real question. That's quite a pullback. See that wick there? So, okay. So from what I see right here, guys, that is quite a pullback. Now, if I wanted to, you know, there is this area right here, the 59-ish, but that's only if I suspect that it goes back down the rest of the day. So it's hard to tell. I think that's what everyone's kind of thinking right now, because it's right at this area. See how it's touching this?
Asked about negative interest rates, Powell says we prefer to rely on tools we did use rather than negative rates.
So this one low was 58.80, so we're pretty much there, guys. Personally, I shouldn't get too greedy here. I'm always out a little bit early, but from the daily, it's already creating a pretty nice wick. Unfortunately, my average isn't that great, but as long as I'm green, or as long as I didn't kill myself, I'm okay. Look at that. Now it's consolidating. I hate to say, but it is creating a bull flag. Just not, hate to say because I don't like jinxing myself. Nice. Look at that piece of shit. Playing games. I'm going back to the 5 minute chart. Let it consolidate and then a little bit move back up. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get out underneath this area, which means I may be a little red, but it's okay. As long as I stick with the plan, that's all that really is to it. So yeah, underneath the 5862 area is where I'll probably exit. I need it to go back up in order to make a nice profit. But that's what I get for entering in the wrong place. So honestly, at this moment, I'm probably gonna have to look at the video again. But from the way I see it is, I really didn't learn any lesson here. I think I executed this ideally, other than the fact that I should have exited later. I mean, a little bit earlier, so I can get profits. It's not like I really knew where it was gonna go, other than the fact that I could say I'm getting a little too greedy. But that's just trading, guys. I think I did what I was supposed to do here. Yeah. Looking at the chart. And a lot of it has to do with the wind, how the SPY is pushing down.
WFC, Wells Fargo now announcing reorganizational changes. WFC reported earlier, LIFE, A-tier pharmaceutical, A-tier pharma company director Paul Schimmel bought 284,000 shares at $4.25. That's in the Form 4 filing. That's that's LIFE, A-tier pharmaceutical.
Yeah, the SPY is blowing upwards now. Has a nice gust of wind. That's what's going on right now. The amount of movement the SPY is going, you would hope that VZ would get blown upwards a little bit easier. Right now it's like printing a little bit of red, even though that SPY is blowing upwards. That's usually not a good sign, but we'll see, because the bid is nice and heavy right now. And it broke down. We'll see. Here comes the second opportunity. I like these numbers here. I want to see them grow, not get broken down. Gosh, this is taking a while. Good morning, buddy. Hmm? Get away.
EIA lowers forecast for 2020 world oil demand growth by 310,000 barrels per day. Now sees 1.03 million barrels per day year-on-year increase. Raises forecast for 2020 world oil demand growth by 140,000 barrels per day. Now sees 1.52 million barrels per day year-on-year increase.
Here we go. Just need to break out from that area. Pretty much in that area here. So now it's a deciding factor if it wants to go past it or not.
SPOT, Spotify says to pay $250 million for Ringer. And Podcasting Drive, SPOT.
We said, now's the hard part. God gave you a second chance.
Shares of Spotify getting a quick pop here on some spike in volume. Sandy Papa Oscar Tango.
Yeah. That is true. This is a second chance, isn't it?
Spotify now 146.75, down $1.58.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Jay. I'm just staring at the level 2 and the tape, the time and sales. What are you doing, dog? Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna be out on this one. I'm just tired of it rallying back and forth. Can't really decide which way it's going to go. Well, it's pretty heavy on 84 now. On the bid. It's trying to decide if it wants to go over. I'm gonna try for 85 again on the bid. No, it didn't. Okay, I'm out. Okay. 58.82. Ah. Oh well. Green is green, yeah. Little bit. David says patience. Oh, you're not wrong about that. It could definitely go back to VWAP. But when I see this, guys, and this is just me, okay. First off, I'm green, so that's all I'm actually okay with. Even being red, I'll be okay with as long as I took it the way I'm supposed to. But you see how it's cutting through these 15-minute candles here? And then, of course, generally what you usually see me do in all my other videos, when it does go as smoothly as it should, the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart was over here. So in this case, I've already overdone it. I've already did what I'm supposed to do, hit the blue line. And if I go anything over that, That's pretty much where you have to decide if you're going to be greedy or not, right? And so it went over. So in a lot of ways, I have to remind myself I am getting a little greedy now. And not only that, like Wu said, God gave me a second chance because it hit that area already, that 15-minute area, um, the first time right here. And yet I still waited thinking that it could go to VWAP. And like I said, not to say that I won't, but the one thing that keeps me from doing that is the VWAP being the purple line, 59.18. The one reason why I think it won't is basically how I envision what the daily candle would look like. And right now, it's creating a nice wick down below. And we've seen it before. We've seen wicks larger than this, right? We've even seen some that has a huge wick and a tiny body. That would only entail that something about the news was wrong, and it was a rumor that pushed it down and then brought it back up. Now I don't know what the news is about this one, but it's a bad day, and it's down here about. Looks like it has something to do with the other cellular providers. So it may go up, but just by looking at all the other candles, we're seeing a wick here that like no other in the past few days. So it's already pushing its luck, and then if I had to guess, it would come back down here. But that's just all hearsay. I'm just going by what I see here. So, and I've already held my breath longer than any snorkeler. So the whole idea is to free up your shares and then maybe find another one later. And this is probably one of the longest live streams yet. And believe it or not, regardless of how calm I sound, being on live stream is it's already adding to the pressure. I don't get to pick my nose or mess with my hair or leave and get another cup of coffee, or just doing stuff that nobody doing stuff off camera that people would generally do. So yeah, I did get bored, David, and that's the whole point. It's not just me. I mean, if I wouldn't get bored if the stock wasn't bored, and the stock movement is getting bored, and that kind of entails that it may go back in its general direction. So when it starts going sideways, as a counter trend trader, you have to start thinking, am I in the right stock anymore? Because by that time, you're not in the picture that you want to be in. You wanted that beautiful move. You wanted and I always have these pictures that I'll always pop up every now and then just to remind me. You wanted the fast mover. That's why you're a counter trend trader to begin with. You're not in it to hold your breath. You're in it to execute as fast as possible and take what you can. You're in it to get this move and take what you can. And you can say all you want about calling this a scalp, but this is the most beautiful counter trend picture I'll ever, I'll always encounter. Every now and then it'll show up, and that's what I want, right? You want that kind of 40-cent move on a $8 stock in under 5 minutes, not something that's going the way that we're seeing. We want something beautiful like this. That's why I always keep these pictures. Now this picture right here is not something I'm going to keep because it's ugly. So like I said, now it's already going, right? So whoever's holding it to 59, congratulations. You can hold your breath longer than me. But at I think at over 3,000 shares is not easy. It gets kind of nerve-wracking, and you get kind of pissed off for doing something that just isn't right anymore. You know what I'm getting at? And you want to free up your shares because there's always something else that looks so much better. Like something like this. I mean, if you can generalize where it's going to go, but it's not pretty, right? So, and JSEC, can you look at UAA? A possible entry. Looks like a possible long, right? Holy crap. Under Armour? What happened?
AAPL, Apple, Warner Music Group veteran Jeff Bonikowski joins Apple as Global Head of Strategic Music Initiatives.
Okay, well, if I were to trade this, I would look in the daily. And looks like over here, right? The low is 1657. We're at 1652 right now. 1652. The low of this candle is 1652. So I don't even know if this applies, but this is a daily chart. Okay, so it does apply. 1652 was the low of this candle somewhere back there, and we're at 1651. So it is kind of in a good area, especially if you look at the pre-market right here. It went down to what, 1660. It looks interesting, JSEC. But the shape of this chart is doesn't really suggest a reversal, you know? You see how it's dying down? So the last thing you want to do is counter trend something that grinds sideways. Pretty much what I was doing, but you know, it wasn't grinding when I first entered it. But this one, I can't seem to, you know, it's not parabolic. This is more of a curve. So it doesn't have the right shape, but it is in the right place. You know. All right, take care, David. Thanks for joining me. And another amazing adventure. But yeah, that's what I see, JSEC, about UAA. I can't, this is, like, you can see a little bit of volume right there. Probably because of where it actually got to on a, compared to the daily. But, you know, it could be a nice scalp. But honestly, I can't quite find where it's going to. It may come back up here to 1670-ish, 1674. But yeah, that's not my kind of trade. But I hope that helps. I mean, there are a few people on the Discord that trade things like this. Personally, I try to find something like those pictures I just showed y'all. That's just me. Oh wow, this one was kind of cool, and then it wasn't. It looked like it was gonna go, and then, wow, this sucks. Can you imagine, like, entering, say you were about to enter, trigger on 5s, and you got in a little bit early, and then boop, it went back down. That would be a sad day. Kind of like what happened today. Alright, this is too long, guys. An hour and 30 minutes. I need to relax a little bit and play with the dog. This dog is a lot of fun. All he does is smile and just stare at you with his... Here he is right here. All he does is just smile.
ZFGN, ZAFGN, Sphere of Funds Management.
Okay. I'm gonna take a break. If I see something, I'll get back on. But meanwhile, this is too long. All right, take care, guys. Bye.